Hello, welcome to the panel discussion on how different business tools can enhance your productivity at workplace. I'm Leena Bansal, an entrepreneur from last 12 years. I'm also a business growth coach and a consultant. With my clients' help, I try to find their niche and their goals. I envision their strength, and through those strengths, I try to lead their business towards the growth side. Today, I'm sitting with few experts on different business tools, and I would like, I think I'll request them first to introduce themselves. Raza, shall we start with you?
Sure. Good morning, Lena. Good morning from UK. Yes, my name is Raza Khan. I have been in the technology industry for over 24 years, but in the last 15 years, I've been actually doing a lot of personal development, business development, and in the last few years, I've been running some of my own businesses, like manage IT services and manage consulting services in technology industry. But I've learned a lot along those lines, and I've applied some of those tools I've learned, and which we'll be sharing in further. And right now, I'm working as a business growth mentor as well, because we feel that there is a huge demand from the SMEs to be working with a business growth mentor, so they can help them in the marketing and sales side of it. That's me.
Thank you, Raza, for sharing this with us. Shall we move to Kelvin now?
Hey, hi. My name is Kelvin. I'm from Malaysia. It's good afternoon or good evening now in Malaysia. It's 7 p.m. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, and I'm in the training industry for over 23 years now. Um, I've been working with people, a lot of organization, and I work as a consultant and also a trainer, where I help them improve their workflow, their processes using the one very simple tool, Microsoft Office. So that's what I've been doing, and I'll be sharing this with you in this mega symposium. Right. That's it from me.
Thank you, Kelvin. Alpella, few words about you.
Hello, um, good afternoon from Nigeria. My name is El Jubilee Pella. I'm a business consultant, and I've been working as a business consultant from the perspective of management consulting, basically for over 14 years going. I focus more on helping individuals and organizations get from where they are to where they want to be. And we use some hybrid systems that I personally came up with that enhances productivity at the workplace.
Thank you, Alpella. It's nice to sit with all the experts with such big experience, long years of experience. So, there are few questions I have for you. Because as per your industry, I would like to highlight your experience on those questions. My first question to Raza for you: how can business tools enhance our productivity at the workplace?
Great question, Lena. I think before we actually look at the productivity or tools which we can utilize to enhance our personal productivity, first we need to understand that what is our mindset and are we willing to learn and change? So, I mean, it is important for us to understand is that what is our mindset? Are we willing to learn that tool and apply that tool in our personal productivity in the business side of it? Because there is so many tools, you know. It starts with to-do list, it starts with action item, the raid logs and things like that. Or, we have got the Microsoft Outlook calendar. We've got, the, what do you call it? We've got a different calendar. And then now you can see the monday.com. Everybody's talking about tools. The question is that, are you willing to learn and apply that tool? But that willingness is all about change, mindset. The mindset has to change in order for us to utilize that. Give you a little example is that everybody makes a to-do list. Let me recorrect that. Not everybody. So 10% success people actually make a to-do list. But that little change in there which is like instead of writing to-do list, says things to achieve list. Suddenly we are giving a different mindset, because what we're saying is that these are the tasks which I want to achieve today, not tomorrow, not week after, or not one month later. So when you write it down, things to achieve list, our mind start thinking is that I need to achieve that, and that pushes us to actually achieve those regardless. So that's how I start. And every morning I actually sit down either night before or every morning, 9 o'clock, 9 or 5, I'm writing those things to do list, because then I know that my day will be a productive and I can achieve what I want to achieve. But in that to-do list, I do not allow anybody to interrupt, because I'm sure you come across a lot of people that says you have a 1 minute, and that 1 minute turn into half an hour and 40 minutes. That means that you are behind your task and you're not moving forward. And that you get so many 1 minutes in a day from the colleagues and your staff members, then your day is gone into the evenings and the night. So I would say start with that.
So it's important to have the right mindset, even though you have the
Absolutely.
tools, but if you're not ready for those tools, they will not be so important tools for you
A-
anymore if you are not ready for it. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. What about you, Kelvin? What do you think about it?
I totally agree with what Raza have just said. In fact, to me, it's rather straightforward because I'm doing the Microsoft what do you call that, the suite of application. So this business tools is very essential in most organization. In all the organization, they need to plan, they need to get their reports out. So these tools will definitely help the company see the potential of their businesses, see the opportunity that arise from the report. They can actually strategically make informed decision to succeed in certain thing. There's one thing that I always tell all my participants who come for my sessions, that imagine yourself go home right on the dot and no working late night to finish up your report. So if like what Raza has mentioned, change the mindset, willing to learn, you can achieve more goals, more tasks, and a lot of other kind of reports can be done in no time. And if you know the tricks, you only have to set it up once. You don't have to repeat what you are doing on a daily basis, weekly basis, or a monthly basis. So thus, that this particular task that given will help you improve your productivity by a few hundred times more than what you are currently in. So if you're willing to learn, definitely there will be an exponential growth in your productivity. Right? That's what I feel. It's very, very important to master the business tools that's given to you. Yeah.
So business tools are there, and those business tools, they can immediately enhance your productivity.
Yeah.
But if you do not use them with a proper mindset, they might delay the productivity. So it's
Exactly.
first and foremost thing, you experts are there, but you expert will request all your clients, please have that mindset also, so that you can benefit them to their fullest way.
100% agree. Yeah.
What about you, Alpela?
For me, productivity or business tools that for enhances productivity at the workplace are very, very important. Most people think there might not be any need for an extra business tool to enhance their productivity. So they may go all day working and working without having to deliver the expected results and outcomes at the workplace. But here's the truth. It's not about how much hours people put into their work, but much more about the results they get. And we have series of business tools in this day that are required to, boost your productivity at work. And I want to encourage, business people, entrepreneurs, and even employees to look carefully at these tools, because they are growing in their numbers by the day. And if you are not delivering.
I guess he has a very bad internet connection. Yeah.
Yeah. Till we receive him back, but I think what Mrs. Alpela wanted to give, it just reminds me that proverb that work is smartly rather than work,
Yeah. Work smart, not
Hard.
work hard. Yeah.
Right, right,
Mm,
right. So if you work smartly, definitely you will achieve more instead of putting lots of efforts and hard work
Yeah.
behind it.
Can
So
Lena, can I just say something here? Because I think across the globe, wherever we go, we all have 24 hours in a day, right? But how we divide that 24 hours is the importance as well, right? Because what happens is that we have got 8 hours we're supposed to work, 8 hours is a family time, and 8 hours is a sleep time. But
Yes.
what happens is that because we are not productive enough, our 8 hours of work time becomes the 12 hours or 14 hours. And it's coming out from where? Either a sleep time or a family time. So now who's suffering? Is the you as an individual, we are suffering because of that. Because we are not smart enough and we are not using the tools to our advantage to go
Yes.
and be productive. And that's what causes the problem. I just wanted to add that.
Well, you just hit on the pain point.
sometimes what I have realized in this business world, all these new enterprising corporate world, they do not understand the significance behind it, that what these experts, how they can help them and how much
Mm,
useful it could be for their business and for the quick growth. So instead of
absolutely.
the long path, they can have the shorter path with the experts help.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember doing a project with the licensing in the UK licensing, we call it DVLA, if you have traveled to UK. What they were doing is that when they take the individual like me to a driving test, they used to write on the piece of paper. Now, that piece of paper could be, and doctor's words handwriting. I'm sure you've come across a doctor's handwriting. It is unreadable, right? And when they used to send it back to the center where they can produce the licenses, they were finding it difficult to read. Now that because of that, the now license has been delayed by 6 weeks, 8 weeks, or 12 weeks. So what we did is that the project which we did, we introduced the tablets, iPads. So they had the whole form with the candidate, so the driving instructor can fill the form on the tablet. When go back to the testing center, he just plug that in, and then iPad just syncs with the server. And that way, there is no delay or anything. So what we did is that by introducing that tool, we increased their productivity. Now they're doing a lot more tests, as well as the center is producing a lot more licenses in time. The time reduced from 6 to 8 weeks to 2 weeks. So now the people who are waiting for the licenses, they're receiving their license in 2 weeks' time rather than 6 weeks or 8 weeks. So that's the difference of using a tool in the right way and the right time.
Yeah. I guess it helps in the processes as well, right? It shortens the
Absolutely.
processes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'll move to my next question now and thank that Alpela could join us back. Maybe this time I will lead from Alpela so that he's here. His internet is not wobbly at the moment. Alpela, my question to you is, what business tool have really enhanced your personal productivity?
Regarding business tools that I use personally, um, I have utilized Trello for collaborative work across with teams, and I've also utilized Basecamp for accountability and effective communication. But I prefer personally using Google Keeps. It helps me organize my task and manage my activities in such a way that I'm always in touch with what it is that I'm doing. And I also notice each time I try to work out of those tools, it derails my effectiveness. I do not, produce the way I should because I keep having thoughts that I cannot harness to enhance my productivity. because I work constantly with ideas. The ideas keep going through my mind, and sometimes when they come up, I put them down on that Google Keep application, where I organize them and put them in right perspective. So for people who do not work with such tools, I feel they will end up not being effective. I really would recommend, if you're an entrepreneur, an employee, or a business person of any kind, you will need such tools to, enhance it, because it helps you manage yourself in a way that you'll be accountable to yourself. So that's it.
Okay, okay. So immediate action. That's what this is here. What about you, Kelvin?
Myself, for me personally, I feel that Microsoft Outlook is one of the very robust tool that help me organize myself. Personally, Microsoft Outlook helps to organize my calendar, all the emails that comes in, and a lot more other things. Because now during this pandemic, we are given a lot of this opportunity to go online for meeting, and you notice that meeting comes every other hour. How do we remember all that? I believe we cannot. We might even miss a meeting if we do not actually have this kind of calendaring that will pop up, and tell you how we can actually attend a meeting on time and so on. So I believe the tools that I'm talking about is Microsoft Outlook. Of course, a lot other tools are like our mobile phone. A mobile phone is one very important tools that we should be using. Now, as far as office productivity is concerned, I believe personally, I use a lot of this PowerPoint, Word, and Excel. So these tools helps me to do presentation, and I can help my clients to get reports in less than half an hour to an hour. So that's really helped me, and I believe everyone should look into it. And with the new Microsoft 365, it builds in a lot of artificial intelligence in it. What happened is that it takes away all the complicated and sophisticated formulas that we write in Excel into just simple typo, and our works are done. So I personally feel that Microsoft Office is one of the most robust tool that I think help me improve my productivity on my daily work. Right? That's my take. What about you, Raza?
It sounds so powerful, Kelvin. It's
Yeah,
hearing it, and I'm seeing I think a century behind that. I should also be learning all these tools that
sure,
can
you
make
should.
our life so easy. I was not aware. Okay.
Like Raza said, it's all about the mindset, the willingness to learn. The moment you are picking it up, then you will notice that you can improve a lot.
I need to learn a lot from you guys. Raza, your views here, please.
Okay, my view is that I think all of technology is fantastic, but I've got the tool in my hand, pencil, pen, and I've got the black diary, which I actually write down everything every day. And then I combine that with Outlook with the other tools as well. Because for me, when I write it down, in my mind, I am actually inputting, because the hands are your input. And what it's doing is sending the signal to your mind that this is what you need to achieve. All right. Sometime when you're not writing, I remember there was a time when we used to do a lot of handwriting. So I am like from the old age kind of thing, you could call me. Even though I look young, but I'm like 170 years old. But it's that the mindset is just even in the Quran and a lot of places where they talk about that whatever you write with the hand, that's what mind conceives. So I use that, I use my hand and write it down in the book, but I do transfer the technology. Absolutely. Black book. Absolutely. All right. Because these are the tools which you don't need to change or amend. They are there for you. In case the technology doesn't work, sometimes, look, technology has been built by human beings. And if the technology stops working, then your productivity is going down the drain. So but what I do is I have a black book, a pen, paper, and I start writing and do that. And then I combine that with Outlook, PowerPoint, and all the other, like, you know, Alpila talks about the Trello. Trello is ideal for the new agile methodology where we use for development, and then everybody's inputting to making sure that there is no backlog, that people are moving forward and all that stuff. So having a pen and paper is ideal, and then you combine with the technology. That's how I work.
Yes, we should go hybrid. We shouldn't just depend 100% on the technology.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It should be a good combination of both. If you cannot 100% count only on technology, and then our old way also had been the ancient way, such a productive way that we have so much through that. Why to avoid? Why to ignore that? Okay. We are coming very close to our session, and thanks to all three of you of sharing your views here. Just one quick personal question for our clients. This is especially for our clients. Could you give any example which could be useful for our clients? We'll start with Alpela.
In terms of the tools that we use, right?
Yes.
Okay. One instance is that for some days now, there are certain ideas that came into my mind that I should have organized utilizing those tools that I usually make use of, but somehow I just kept it off, telling myself that I was going to put it down and work on it and organize it the way I usually do. But along the line, I realized that the train of thought disappeared, and I've been struggling to grab it once again because it just came up when I should have utilized the tool to harness the idea, but I failed to do so. And what it means is that it's going to affect me negatively. So as it is, as I'm speaking right now, I'm still searching for that idea so that I can, because when it came to my mind, I saw that it will really help enhance my productivity on a particular project that I'm working on currently. So it's something that pains me a lot, and I hope I get back that idea in the course of my thinking.
Thank you, Alpela, for sharing. Yeah, what about you, Kelvin? Can we hear your views here?
As for me, I have one example, one typical example that just happened last week. Someone asked me if there is a way where we can send, we can have the information of a few thousands of delegates, and we want their information to be laid out nicely onto an A4 size diagram, and a bit of design everywhere. And they had thousands of them, and all the informations are in Microsoft Excel. And this designer is like, it's going to go crazy looking at that the few thousands of data and with photographs. He needs to put that into like one person, one page. All right, so he was struggling, and he asked me if there's any better way to do this. And I gave him a solution in just 15 minutes. It's done in 15 minutes. He would have struggled for months to do that. He said, oh, 15 minutes. So that's how we can use Microsoft Word mail merge or Microsoft Publisher. We can also do a mail merge in Publisher. We can also do mail merge in Outlook. So it depends on which application that he or she is going to do it. So I recommended Microsoft Word with a little bit of designs behind it and so on. So we completed everything within 15 minutes, and we are good to go. Yeah. So one very good example that I can say that in technology, it can help you improve your speed of work, your process, and accuracy. That's a few important things that you should look into. Yeah, that's for me.
Sometimes we struggle without knowing that there are tools which are available for you, and you don't need to spend so much of your time, because time is also kind of a money nowadays.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
What about you, Raza?
I think for me is it's very important to understand the habits, because utilizing the tool or utilizing the pen and paper is all about habit, right? Because people think, oh, it's going to take me a long time to write this. And I give you example that my other half, she always talks about, we've got 50 things to do in the house. And I'm sure Kelvin and Alpela agrees with me. Probably you don't, But thing is that when you write things down, right, they are not 50 things; they are 5 things. So it's all about habit, generating a habit. It may only take 5 minutes, but if you create that habit, it makes your life easier and you reduce your anxiety and depression. But it's a human habit. It's just that's what I would say. And that's what I've picked up over the years, that I need to make a list of things to do, because then I know my focus is. Because wherever your focus is, things will happen. But if your focus is somewhere else, things will not happen, because then you wonder. I give you example is that when I don't write down my to-do list or things to achieve list on the day, my day is gone. I have no idea what happened. It's just that it disappears. But when I do things to achieve list, I know exactly what I've achieved on that day. So what I would recommend to the people and everybody is that get into the habit. Maybe it's 5 minutes, but that 5 minutes, if you do over 30 days period, becomes compounded. 5 times 30 is 150. So 150 means like you've done 2 hours of your productivity, or 2.5 hours of your productivity on your personal self. So that means that you are changing. When you're changing, you can utilize the technology and process to your better advantage. That would be my suggestions.
Can I add on to something here? Raza, you made a very good point there. You started off with telling us mindset. So that's one. And the second thing, you talk about habits. So I must say that one way we can build a habit is that we give them a challenge, a 10-day challenge, 20-day challenge, 30-day challenge. And they do that, non-stop for 10 days, 20 days, 30 days. You notice that builds up the habit and they won't stop. They just continue.
That's true. Agree. Totally agree.
And Raza, you are talking about this. It is reminding me, somebody recently I have read it somewhere, that when you are leaving your office, before going for home, just give 5 minutes to your notebook to write the task you are left for next day morning.
Absolutely.
And if you write them down, you will have a peaceful evening. Those thoughts will not come back in your mind whole evening and in the night. You will come back morning fresh, and you will see that there is a list for you waiting from your previous day, and you will
Absolutely.
immediately jumping on that. So it also helps you in terms of having a peaceful mindset in the evening after the work.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Agree.
We are very close to end of the session, and see you in the symposium.
Yeah, see you in the symposium.
See you in the symposium. Thank you, Lena. Thank you for inviting us to that. Appreciate that.
Always a pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.